Good afternoon, welcome to Manchester, where the 2016 World Rugby Under-20 Championship moves into the last round of pool matches. All to play for this afternoon as all 12 teams jostle for their seedings to decide their next fixtures. Well, let's take a look at the pool tables as they stand. Ireland atop Pool A, as you can see, courtesy of that big win over New Zealand last weekend. Ireland, one of 3 unbeaten teams so far in this tournament. The hosts having taken the maximum haul so far on top of Pool B, a win and try bonus point from each of their matches with Italy and Scotland. It's Australia next up for England, that match due to kick off this evening. And then we look at Pool C, and that's where we're starting this afternoon. Argentina, Los Pumitas have shown variety and resilience in equal measure so far, mixed in with their huge nationalistic passion. They've come from behind to beat France and then built a solid score to keep South Africa at bay last Saturday. So it's Argentina taking on Japan here at the AJ Bell Stadium in Salford. This match, a repeat of last year's 9th, 10th playoff in Italy, a match which produced 69 points, the larger majority taken by Argentina. I'm delighted to be joined by former Russia head coach, now main man at Newport Gwent Dragons, Kingsley Jones. Kingsley, good afternoon. Both teams moved on in 12 months, but Argentina seem to be impressing all and sundry right now.
Yeah, they're looking like they're going very strong and could top this pool with a good win today. It's great to see Japan also. A lot of these guys playing particularly well recently in the Asian Rugby Championship. So notice looking for some big performances at this age groups.
So firstly, we're going to have the national anthems. Japan with Kimi Gayo, but firstly, Argentina's national anthem, Himno Nacional Argentino. So contrast in national anthems, but the intent the same. Let's take a look at the lineups this afternoon. Consistency, the name of the game. Despite the four-day turnaround, really, both coaches remaining loyal to the core of their team. Nicolas Fernandez-Lobe does make 4 adjustments, though, with try scorers from the France game. Scrum half Lautaro Bazan and flanker Bautista Stavele earning starting jerseys. As a consequence, the back row is shuffled. Conrado Ruora moves from 7 to 8, whilst in the backs, Tio Castiglioni returns in midfield, and Jose Barros Sosa is given a run on the wing. There's just 2 changes from Japan's run-on lineup against France. They're both in the pack, where injury forces Falo Makisi out. So Ryo Inoue will wear 6 in his place, and hooker Keiichi Kaneko gets his first start of the tournament. As ever, the focus will be on the man wearing 14, not on the wing, but playing at fly half again. It's hat-trick hero Atata Moakiola, the big man given responsibility for running Japan's backline operations and making the most of opportunities as and when they come their way. The man on the whistle, the same man that opened Japan's campaign, Elia Rizzo from Italy. Well, the final pool games.
Time on.
So much at stake for both sides to see who they will play on Monday in the next round. Argentina, who won the toss and taking the kickoff. Japan opting to play in this direction. There's Moakiola.
Knock on.
Unforced error from Los Pumitas, giving Japan the early put-in. Lots of nerves evident, Kingsley, and they're going to take a while just to settle themselves into the groove, albeit this is match number 3.
Yeah, that's true. It's an early error there, obviously an unforced error. Stelgi there with a mistake. Not a great clearance from Japan. Kick on field. Often open yourself up from that area, you know, the restart. But as we see, the error resulted in the first scrum of the game.
Argentina, who have played all 3 games now in this tournament at the AJ Bell Stadium, here in the city of Salford, next door to Manchester, as it is. Japan, Moakiola, whisking it wide to Yamamura. They've got some potent attacking threats, aside from their fly half, Japan. The Argentinian defence will need to be very, very astute with where they put the tackles. Kramer.
Yeah, referees meetings early in the week, and going to be heavy on players landing the wrong side of that breakdown, sometimes through no fault of their own, but you must be away from that ball, allowing Japan to continue with their attack.
We talk about intent to go straight onto the attacking line, as we see the little left winger trying to work his way into position. Well, they've benefited from that advance, and now they have their first attacking line out
Attention with the maul,
of the game.
All right.
Big moment for Keiichi Kaneko, getting his first start of the tournament. Hitting his man, Fujita.
First up.
Drive just being stalled there, but they look to go again.
Use it now.
Toshiro has to feed the ball back. There's Tatafu, another Tongan-born Japanese international.
Use it.
Scored an early try in that match against France. Japan, just 7 minutes on the clock when Takano went over. That was a first phase move. The phase is clocking up on this particular move. There's Moakiola, and he's in again. 3 tries against South Africa. Now 1 already in the book against Argentina.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about this fella, Moakiola. We see his first touch of the ball. I think he's over. A missed tackle from the Argentinians. All came from a driving maul. Here's the first source of possession. Excellently executed line out. We saw the first attempt at the maul. Argentina dealt with it. But we saw, initially then we saw Fujita picking and going along with Akiyama, and then freed up. And what a good finish Disappointment from the Argentinians there with the missed tackle.
Yeah, Franco Molina, the man who slipped off the sizable thighs of Macchiola. He is a powerful individual. I know people are talking about him as a giant. He isn't a giant, but he has got innate power.
Yeah, the footwork was good as well. Molina will be disappointed with his attempted tackle. He's gone forward too quickly and just created a one-on-one for himself.
Unable to add the conversion, but a very positive start from Macchiola and his team. Let's just see it again, how he worked the angle of the run.
Yeah, Molina just coming out in front of the line. He's such a big guy and able to keep the same footwork for sure and make that tackle.
Talking to head coach Ryoji Nakataki yesterday, they had a very positive run out at Lim Rugby Club, and talking about the selection of Macchiola into that fly half berth, having of course been on the right wing against South Africa, and he said it was premeditated. They knew he had the skill set, he had the experience of playing there before. It's a bit like the honeypot trap, isn't it? Pulling all the defenders into the biggest guy so that hopefully they can release out further wide and find those spaces.
Absolutely. You know, he's such a threat with the ball in hand. He has to be marshalled by the back row.
There's another man who has to be marshalled. That's Tatafu. Tavita Tatafu's away, and Japan are going to get 2 tries inside the first 6 minutes. And what a glorious start from the men in red and white.
Well, another missed tackle. Tutafu taking full advantage of it. Really showing good pace, good footwork, good power. Not the start that Argentina would have wanted, that's for sure. See, good footwork, the clear out.
Well, the execution not working there for Argentina, and they will be very annoyed not only to concede that second try, but the manner in which they conceded possession.
Yeah, turnover at the breakdown. Look at the pace. Tuatafu was very well thought of. Again, another player that's done so well for Japan in recent matches at senior level.
Yeah, both of them capped in the Asian Championships by head coach Nakataki, who was the interim coach of the Brave Blossoms before Mark Hammett, who's taken over for the Scotland and Canada matches, and then Jamie Joseph comes into post in August, so we're told. But 2 very similar specimens breaking that Argentinian white line, both 6'1", 6'2", 110 kilos. Great impact. Again, similar return off the tee. Got 2 from 2 against France, but 0 from 2 so far. But they're in double figures, and the bench happy with their lot right now.
Yeah, we see the initial stuff. It was a good turnover from the Japanese. A bit of a counter-ruck. Oh, it's an error. Put pressure at the ruck. And it doesn't need a second invitation. Tatafu, fantastic finish.
So, how do Los Pumitas react to that? I mentioned at the top, they are one of 3 unbeaten teams in this tournament so far. And on paper, they were the favourites, of course, from the first whistle. See how much confidence they've lost from that early dent, really, in their morale from those 2 tries.
Here's Delgui with another area, trying to get a ball away to contact.
Thank you, Andy.
You see it here. It's the missed pass. And apologies to Delgui. It's not him at all. It's Cruz Malia.
Take a proper position. Legal bind. So, yeah, all right.
Yes, as much as they've already got those victories over South Africa and France. Both we heard from Ignacio Fernandez-Lobbe at the top of the show, and also talking to brother Nicolas, who's the head coach, saying how careful they've got to be against Japan, and in many ways this is the hardest game.
Yeah, an incredible start from Japan. There's a lot of unforced errors and missed tackles from Japan, from the Argentinians early in the game. They won't be happy with that. And you know, they find themselves trailing by 10 points. It's a big deficit after just 8 minutes.
Well, you look at the basic stats there of the advantage of 10 kilos a man in the scrum. But we've seen before from the elite, the Brave Blossoms, technically how adroit they are and how skillful they are in getting under their men. And look, you see it there with Ruben Rico standing up. And the width again on the attack from Japan. This time the boot sends it up to Delguy. Silky runner Bautista Delguy, very elusive. Got huge numbers out to the right. And the tight head, Medrano opts to reset and pull back in. Japanese defence suddenly being exposed on their left flank. And they come back in and force the mistake again. Again, it's Bautista Delguy just with that forlorn look on his face. 10 minutes gone, 10 points to the good Japan.
Yeah, you can see Argentina's intent. They're playing wide, depositing forwards in the wide 15-metre channels, but their accuracy has to be better, obviously. You'll see that pass there is just a little bit too deep, allows the Japanese defence to organise and puts Delguy under pressure.
Kaneko again finds his target. Again, the target is Akiyama. There's a try scorer to Tafu.
No hands now!
There's no compatriot Makisi on his shoulder this time. A loose ball which Marachiola fails to pick up, but recovered by Nakajima.
Blue, say that. Say. Use it!
Inoue releases play, and it's the boot of Dogo Maeda. Gets Japan out of their half, but it's going to come back fairly quickly if Argentina have got anything to say, as Bazan tries to sidestep his way up to halfway. Again, the presentation not perfect, but the ball there in Kumita's possession. That penalty goes against them at the breakdown.
Yes.
Number 10 blue,
all a little messy in that wide ruck from Argentina. Allowed the Japanese to organise their defensive line. Excellent line speed, putting Argentina under pressure. The end result, they're going off their feet at the breakdown. The supporting players of the attacking team. We've seen quite a few penalties for that in the tournament. Referees not allowing the support player to just flop on top of things and effectively not allowing a contest at the breakdown. But credit the Japanese defence for their line speed.
They don't want to compete in the line out. Ball is in the front.
Sure that the flow of the game is maintained wherever possible.
Straight away.
And now Marachiola with a chance to just confirm and endorse this early advantage that his team have set up.
In the line, yeah, in the line out. On the outside, not across the gap. Right. Thank you, Greg.
Again, evades the posts, and you wonder how valuable these points might be later on in this contest.
Yeah, we saw it with Wales against Ireland. First 20 minutes, 3 tries from Wales and a failure to take the conversions and also an early penalty. And of course, they lost by a point at the end of the game.
Maeda feeds back to his fly half. Just to repeat, fly half wearing 14 in this game. Principally because they didn't have a 10 shirt that was big enough for him. But you can't miss him. Atata Marachiola.
Obviously, kicking game struggling a little here. That's an easy field position for Argentina from a poor kick, Marachiola.
Released into the midfield with Tio Castiglione rescuing operations. Even Rico keeping his loose head spot this afternoon. Juan Pablo Enriquez on the bench. Bazan feeding out to Molina. Again, the Japanese holding off the tackles, not getting too pulled in. Sosa in the scrum cap, getting involved with his forwards. Now they pull it left. Delgi just trying to slalom his way through those red and white posts, does very well. Very good operations from the fullback, Molina. And Argentina are into the opposition 22 for the first time in this match. There's Marcos Kramer playing in the back row again. Played in the second row against France. There's Bautista Stavellet, the man who against France showed a fair old set of heels to score that try. Oh, but they lose it. Ignacio Calas unable to keep the ball in the contact, and the moment is gone.
Yeah, really good defensive play again from Japan, keeping the width. Argentina looking to go from edge to edge, using their heavy forwards to carry. We saw both Kramer and Stavellet carrying hard there.
So if it's low, you need to
Here's Kramer on the go, but full credit to Japan. They kept their composure, and they forced the error. Good defense from Japan. Good width, encouraging line speed.
Yeah, the application and resolve from the Japanese paying dividends there under duress for quite a extended period of time, but managing to hold on to their discipline and their tackles. Interesting to see not overcommitting Kingsley to the breakdown at all, to make sure that there were no gaps further out.
Yeah, some clear signs of that, as you say early on there. One tackle, back to his feet, and everybody else just filling that defensive line, allowing Japan to keep the width. It's a wide pitch here at the AJ Bell, and Japan marshalling the Argentinians really well in wide channels.
Bind. Set. 7C.
Secure scrum from Japan, and the clearance kick from Moakiola. Delgi waiting though, ready to pounce. First chance for Julian Dominguez. Again, losing the ball in contact. This is very similar to that first game against South Africa, where the junior Springboks kept losing the ball in contact, and Japan, of course, were able to make some headway before half-time as a consequence. Sosa feeds out. There's Conrado Roda.
To the middle.
Good counter-racking from Tatafu.
Good. Contact is good.
Excellent from the Japan number 8. I don't think it's resulted in possession, but just showing what he can do. Rico. Miotti spinning the ball quickly out to Dominguez.
Just a tackle, just a tackle.
Here's the big tight head, Santiago Medrano. See no panic in the Japanese defense, just holding their line, making sure their spacing is right. But now comes the break. It's Rico, up to the 22, go Argentina. Quick ball is what they want, quick ball is what they've got. The little stabs through, sits up for Jose Manos Sosa, and Argentina respond in good style as we come to the end of this first quarter.
Yeah, it's good patience from Argentina. Japan not choosing to contest breakdowns, very selective. It allows quick ball, of course, if you have employed that strategy. And Rico with the big carry. You will see a lovely little tip on from the hooker, Bundesliga. And out we go, Rico on the charge. Good, effective clear out. And the vision to see the space behind. Miotti, nice kick through. And an excellent finish. Gets Argentina's first points.
The perfect stab through kick from Miotti, and we've seen the range of kicking that the young Argentine fly-half has, and his winger able to benefit there as it sat up perfectly.
Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, Barroso's a very good kick through. what Japan have to be careful of, you see them not choosing to contest the rucks, and as I say, it leads to often quick ball for the attacking team, and also I wouldn't be surprised to see Argentina with a pick and go through the middle of those rucks if that continues.
Not able to bring the ball back for this one, but his team are on the board. And Japan, well, they knew what this game was about in order to keep this Argentine side locked in many ways, because we've seen them playing the Puma way. How many times have we heard that phrase already? But you can see the ambition, the positivity that is emanating right the way through all these Argentine sides now. It's not just the Pumas, it's not just the under-20s.
Full of intention. The perception was, of course, the big set-piece Argentinian teams. We've certainly seen a change in that perception and the approach to the way they play the game.
And that comes from what they're doing back in Argentina with the high-performance centres, making sure that the skills are the key focus of their setup. And you know, again, talking to Nicolas Fernandez Lopez last night, you realise the passion that they have for attacking rugby, and that's coming through.
Oh, and of course they play in a Super Rugby competition at provincial and regional sort of level, and you know, to beat the best you have to try and match the best, and they've certainly adopted that approach to the game.
Wakiola sets it back for Nakajima. Again, it's Tatafu coming around the corner at a rate of knots. This time, though, a collision that's going to give Argentina the chance to clear their lines.
Obstructing the ball carrier.
Yeah, we can hear it clearly from the ref there. Tutafu just crossing, getting behind his support player, if you like.
20 minutes gone, and 5 points the difference with Japan in the ascendancy.
It's an interesting approach to place the launch and attack from here for the Argentinians.
Slap back ball for Bazan to cope with. But then the heavy-duty runners come through the midfield, led by Kramer. 6'4" and 115 kilos he's listed as. I suspect there might be a little more on the hoof than that, but certainly makes impact. But again, the breakdown, a cause for concern for both teams, because they're both having to relinquish possession on the whistle, on the referee's whistle.
Yeah, as I say, Japan being quite smart at the breakdowns, being selective of which breakdowns they go into. Often they're leaving them, then counter-rucking. So good approach and another good turnover. Disappointing for Argentina. There's two starter plays there from line-out they've had in that area, both resulting after 2 phases in a turnover. Here you see is a great initial carry from Kramer. Expect to see a lot of him.
Guys,
but the second phase, here we see him, powerful, big guy. The first phase can't be faulted. To get that many meters over the gain line, the Argentinians will be disappointed it broke down after that.
Hard to believe he's just 18 years of age. We'll see more of Marcos Kramer, hopefully next year in Georgia. Again, a mess from the line out, but Argentina have to shuttle back into their own 22 to clear up.
The advantage is over.
Marty looking for his skipper, Malia, for the clearance kick.
Yeah, it came from a turnover line-out. Japan had a great opportunity there. Line-out just inside Argentina's 22. Good pressure in the air from the Argentinians, and Malia relieving the pressure. Nice to see the intent from Argentina from there as well. Moving the ball to the edge before they kick it. Just having a look. What are their options? Here we see the pressure. Excellent aerial work there.
Open blue.
Managed to relieve the pressure.
Tafu picks up the pieces.
Use it!
Forward handling not up to spec on this instance. We talked about the experience that these guys are getting. You mentioned that, you know, there's half a dozen of the Japanese side that were used and now are internationals. But you look across the other side of the pitch as well and realise that a lot of these youngsters have had exposure to the America's Rugby Championship with an Argentinian 15. It's invaluable to have that step up, and this tournament provides yet another step up for the likes of Kramer and co.
Fantastic experience, obviously playing in other countries as well.
Oh, the little offload goes to Malia. Malia feeds on to Barros Sosa, and the right winger has a brace.
That's lovely footwork. Barros Sosa with the finish again. Really good footwork. We saw a really good scrum to start that all off. Probably Argentina starting to find the upper hand there in that scrum. Allowed him the platform to launch the attack. Barros Sosa, we've seen him. He's been involved in everything's good about Argentina up to now. Here we see it. From the base. The way they hit the ball hard and flat, and a lovely little miss pass. Excellent. Cruz Malia with the pass and a lovely finish again.
Yeah, the timing of that offload from Miotti to Malia, just pulling in the defenders, making the gap out wide, and an arch try finisher in Jose Barros Sosa.
Yeah, as you say, it's the pace that Miotti is hitting the ball at, running flat. Freezes the Japanese defense on that occasion.
Well, all of a sudden, the scores are tied, and that early Japanese opening has been negated by the Pumitas. Domingo Miotti managed 5 out of 7 against South Africa, but yet to get himself on the board in this one. That's better. The Pumas fans in the stands, on their feet, waving their flags, enjoying the moment as their team take the lead for the first time in this game.
Here we see it. Miotti hitting the line, hard and flat, a little show, little pump of the ball, releasing. Oh, it's fantastic footwork again from the finish there. Barros Sosa, really good finisher, exciting player.
And the players now very aware in Argentina that this is a line now that will take them to the international test table. You look at the team that set out to play against Italy, beat Italy, of course, last weekend. 20 of that 23-man squad have come through the under-20 system. And it really is not necessarily fast-tracking, but making players very aware of what's possible now.
Absolutely. I think they brought more players through this system than any other country involved at the moment.
Certainly been very beneficial for Argentinian rugby. Dominguez coming off his wing, looking to get involved in the action. Seen his fellow winger go over twice, now wants a bit of a chance for himself. Again, the handling skills, allowing that ball to work its way over to the other side. There's Stavellet. Ran in from, what, 55 metres. That try against France showed a rare old turn of pace. He's hanging out to the left, but the ball goes right to Miotti. Again, that drift defence from Japan, not able to really cover all the gaps. They were working very hard in training yesterday on the communication between the team to make sure they covered up, but oh, that's a really good take from Takano.
Excellent covering from Takano. Again, Japan marshalling Argentina. Argentina a little bit static. They've got two waves, if you like, two lines of attack, often choosing to play out the back. But because Japan are quickly up, you know what? The ball out the back is often too static, and the attacking players are running really slowly instead of hitting the ball at full pace.
Argentina going quickly with Delgui. Reminds me of the current Pumas fullback, Joaquin Tuculet, who of course was playing for Sale here a few years back. Has that same elusive running style.
Number 10, full up speed.
Yeah, just another infringement there against the attacking team, riding players off their feet. Delgui looking to counter-attack, quick play, quick line out, positive approach to the game again from the Argentinians, but unfortunately for his support player going off his feet.
Plenty, of course, of connection between the local club Sale Sharks here in Argentina. Former, not only just yourself, but a former second rower that you were having a chat with earlier on.
Yeah, Nacho Lobe, the big brother. Here we see Delgui attacking, you know, drawing in defenders. It's Miotti that's been penalised there for going off his feet. But yeah, certainly old Nacho Lobe, a player I coached. I can't believe I'm that old. And now, of course, the forwards coach with the Argentinians.
And the middle brother, Nicolas, the head coach, having himself, of course, been assistant coach while they were in New Zealand a couple of years ago. There's a great advance from the Japan scrum. Argentina leaving it be, and now they're having to man the ramparts inside their own 22.
First up.
Anyway, the man driving things from the base. A little indecisive, but still makes the headway. There's a man who knows the way to the try line, to Tafu. Now they release. Marchiola gets the call from his fullback, Yasuda, another very elusive runner. Yasuda, who went in for a hat-trick against Tonga for junior Japan in the Pacific Challenge recently. Hasn't had too much opportunity to show his attacking prowess thus far.
Advantage. 6 blue, no arms in a tackle.
Kremer being penalised, but Japan continuing to play. There's Yasuda. Sets up for Tafu to take possession. Swats off one. Little stab through from Marchiola. It's going to go dead, but they will go back for that earlier call.
Yeah, interesting. It's Kremer that's penalised. Tackles with no arms. Your arms must be out in front, intending to wrap. You can't just lead with your shoulder and then use your arms as a second thought. You have to lead with your arms with the intention of wrapping them, as I said. Interesting to see Kremer and Molina missing a couple of tackles. It looks to me as if their intention is to really, really make a big tackle every time. And do you know what? You can't always do that.
There's the former sailman just watching on. Been passing on the advice to the likes of Kremer and co. They're now under the post watching as Marchiola lines up what he hopes will be his first successful kick. This should be a relatively simple 9-iron. Golfers will tell you there's nothing like a simple 9-iron, but Marchiola makes it count, slams it through and forces Japan back into the lead.
Well, good play from Japan. It all started with Argentina electing to stay away from the Japanese attempted maul. It's a good tactic, it can be useful to mix it up, but on that occasion I thought Argentina's defensive tactics didn't pay off. It allowed Japan to get a lot of territory and get on the front foot, lead into the penalty, and of course them getting the lead back.
There's the middle brother, Nicolas Sanchez-Lobby, middle of the family as well. Elder sister and younger sister, of course, Juan Martin plying his trade with Toulon in the top 14. Again, the unforced error, and again the frustration very evident, this time from Lautaro Bazan. His third tournament, his third junior World Championship. Well, as it's now called, the World Rugby Under-20 Championship. But see the pressure coming on.
Yeah, it's good work from Molina to get up for the restart and claim it back for the Argentinians, but as you say, Bazan will not be happy with that.
Bind. Set. Careful there.
We talked about the scrum earlier. Interesting, the Japanese using their height, or should we say lack of height, if you like, to get this scrum
your weight
really
on.
low. It's a challenge for
Wait for the
Argentina,
ball.
as you say, the
Push
heavier
right.
group, but they set the scrum so low. Japan makes it really difficult for the opposition to get underneath them, and they're more than competent here in this area of the game.
Yes, this is technique against power in many ways. 80-kilo advantage for the Pumitas pack.
Bind.
Here we can see the height the Japanese set it at really low.
That's good at this. It's good.
That is impressive work from the Japanese 8. Now they try and work out through Maeda.
Leaving now, then.
Again, the contact work not to the referee's satisfaction, and again the turnover applies.
Push. Push, guys.
It's excellent turnover. Here we see it. First the leg tackle, but then, yeah, it's Costigliano, and I'm struggling with that name, obviously.
I'd love to see you order food in an Argentinian restaurant. There's Dogo Maeda.
Leono.
You keep working on that one as we wait for this penalty from Domingo Miotti. Certainly has the range, was putting them over from 50 plus meters in previous games. $14 points against the junior Springboks in the last outing. Certainly got the distance and has the direction, and Argentina have the lead once again.
That's an excellent kick.
Well, with 5 minutes to go till the break, important from an Argentinian perspective that they can get their noses back in front. Question now is, can Japan respond before the half-time whistle goes? Maeda with the restart. Sosa stumbling his way towards the 22-meter line.
Outside, carry back, it's outside.
Always making yards with his footwork.
Bazan
Hold,
onto
one, six.
Miotti, but doesn't really find a decent connection. And is this going to open the door for Moakiola? 1, 2, downed by the third. Nakajima being called in possession. That's good work from Stavele.
Use it. Stop, you two, stop.
Pick and drive, not providing any benefit for Japan. And Marchiola being called in possession inside his own half.
Smart play from Miacchioli, let the ball go back to his feet, regain possession.
There's the captain, Furukawa.
Use it.
Highly rated in many circles, the
Hold here.
Japanese open side. Good anticipation, and oh, that's a lovely pass inside from Delgui. And suddenly Argentina trying to up the ante now, speed things up, tiring legs in the Japanese defence. Dominguez leaves it for his hooker. Suddenly they try and spin it wide. Catching out, oh, but rather losing the ball in the tackle once again, and the moment passes. You can just see how Argentina are trying to get through the gears very, very quickly.
Definitely attempt to up the gears here and up the pace of the game.
Gotcha.
Great counter-attacking, beats one, looking to keep the ball alive. I thought there might have been a little bit of a tackle off the ball there on Stavili, but again, Argentina a little bit too flat, as I was alluding to earlier on. Managed to get away, And there's a good covering tackle and a drop ball. Good tackle. Releasing the ball in the tackle.
90 seconds left of this first half.
Outside.
Just a 2-point differential for the Pumitas.
Bind. Set. 7.
Good scrum from Japan. Wakiola, feeding out. I'm not quite sure how Nagatomi managed to keep hold of that. Did very well. Clearance kick from the fly half. Big boot finds Delgui inside his own 22. Weighing up the options. Again, trying to get the ball through the tackle to release the Argentinian backline, but again, Japan sticking to their task, working hard and managing to lasso Baldunciel into touch.
You know, it came from a big kick from Wakiola, good 50-60 metre kick, and you know, Delgui not going away from his philosophy, he's trying to counter-attack, but a good line chase, well marshalled by the Japanese. Here we see the tackle, taking it towards the edge and forcing the turnover. Interesting, the ruck before that, again, Japan elected not to contest, leaving all the defenders on their feet.
Athletic work from Furukawa. Japan trying to work a position to maybe just snatch this lead back.
Time is over.
Well, Wakiola happy with that 2-point deficit at the break as the referee's whistle sends them to the hutches. What a start it was for Japan. 2 tries inside 6 minutes, but then 2 tries from Barasosa brings Argentina back in, and it is the Pumitas that have the lead, albeit a very slender lead, with a half-time score that reads Argentina 15, Japan 13.
The ball is behind, but they keep going forward. No, in my opinion, it was in the front. In the front. Okay, so we want to start going on. Yeah, but as far as you close the tackle. Yeah, good.
And you are saying in the mall when it's going forward, you say use it. So
I'm listening to
what
TV,
way we
so
go
the guys
now?
go. If you say use it, they don't know if they go or not.
All right. You like me screaming, right, Shu? You like screaming?
Yeah.
Shouting at people?
Well, when a team tells you they couldn't hear the call, then
Clearly part of the job description was to have good luck.
Welcome back to the AJ Stadium, where the fans have had an intriguing first 40. Those Japanese fans were on their feet after 6 minutes with 2 tries from Rakiola and Tatafu. But Argentina working their way back in. The favourites, of course, to win this, having been unbeaten so far in this tournament. But Japan have not laid back. It is tactically a very interesting contest now. Kingsley Jones alongside me to see how Argentina will try and work this game and how much Japan can take on in this second half.
Yeah, that's right, and it'll be interesting from a coaching point of view what tactical changes they might have made during the half-time.
Yeah, but perfect, Andy. Paul?
So players back on the pitch,
perfect.
the officials
1-2.
back on the pitch. I wonder what has been said in those hutches after that first
absolutely.
40 that was very interesting to see.
All right.
There's the Welsh team setting up next.
Yeah, Paul.
You see
I
the
do hear
pink
you.
shirts that have been used all the way around the stadium today. The under-20 championship teams uniting to promote World Rugby's Keep Rugby Clean program today. Key education strategy to deter doping, to assist the players to make the right decisions, and of course to promote the importance of a healthy, balanced diet. Good to see everybody backing that key campaign. Now, Japan are really going to have to work hard in these early stages of the second half, because as we've seen from previous games, they conceded early tries after the break. Got to keep concentration now. That game against France, well, France, in all honesty, threw a handful of tries away within a stretch of the line, but still managed to put 29 points over the Japanese in the second half. Right now, though, they're thinking about points on the board, so they're working those lines off the little ball from Nakajima. Now they look wider. Ball goes loose, and it's Dominguez who picks up the scraps. Call going very low was Tatafu. URT looking down the other side of the pitch, as it were, with the skipper. Juan Cruz Malia sets it back to go again. Forwards lining up in the middle. Ignacio Callas, 6'6" and 120 kilos of second row. Another man who's had plenty of experience at this tournament. Great offload, and this is Staveley. We've seen the power and leg drive of this man before, showing it again to get Argentina up to the 22. Rodra sets it back, and Argentina really onto the front foot early in this second half.
9, leave it to me, please. All right.
Castiglione resets, reboots the attack.
Advantage.
Zan calling for the referee's attention, gets it.
9 hands.
Nico.
Keep the mark, Greg, please.
Adroit.
Another advantage.
They go again. Keeping it close though. Baptiste Staveley. Oh, the little run was there. They've been able to find Melia. They go again though with the scrum half. 2 meters away. Barasosa, the feed, and the try is there for Kramer. Marcos Kramer with the third try, and yet again Japan conceding tries early on after the break.
Yeah, you've got to credit Argentina. Great build-up. It all started with Japan launching an attack. I have to credit Dominguez. His line speed was fantastic. They got the initial possession, and Kramer, who's been very effective, ball in hand. You will see the build-up, patient stuff again. Japan leaving that breakdown alone. It allows quick ball, and it puts them under pressure. You know, there are times, particularly near the try line, and you will see the short pass. Who's involved again? Of course, Barra Sosa. Involved in everything good, little bit of footwork, and Kramer, big fella, you're not going to stop him from there.
Well, for the first time in this match, Argentina have some security on the scoreboard. Though, of course, this conversion will take them more than a score away from their opposition. That's a good kick from Miotti, and the 22-13 score brings the Argentinian fans up with the flags. There is change afoot into their backline. Delgui being replaced by Martin Elias. Now, Elias was the replacement for Miotti at fly half, and a key replacement, so much so that he got the Man of the Match award in that game against South Africa. Interesting to see how it works now. Looks like Elias is going into fullback for now.
Lovely kick from Bazan there, just measured distance-wise, making it contestable and pressurising Japan.
Japan, who had their best finish last year, that was 10th. They were aiming for 8th this year. A loss here this afternoon means they're going to be in the 9th, 12th division of matches on Monday. Argentina, of course, hoping for a semi-final spot, and victory would confirm that.
Barra Sosa trying to be positive with a counter-attack there, and unfortunately for Elias, his first involvement results in an error. There we see is Sosa Barras positive. Elias not quite prepared for that, just off the bench.
Space. Don't already engage.
Such a positive player, this Sosa Barras.
Crutch.
You can see the handling is so assured, really. I know they're making mistakes, but the way that they're trying to offload through the tackle to open up the lines, it's testament to the work that's been done in these high-performance centres that's allowing Argentina to attack like this. Right now, Japan trying to get that width on again. The knock-on is not going to help their cause, mind.
No, it's a positive approach. It's a good starter play from Japan. The scrum was a solid platform to play from. Intention good, some good decoy lines. Just the accuracy letting them down. Here we see. Have to credit the defence again, but unfortunately for Usada, he has to be more accurate with that pass.
The feed. I don't want you ready in there. All right? Not already engaged. Not already pre-engaged. Not already engaged before the feed. Before the set, all right? This is the set.
Rizzo laying down the law to the scrums. And this is an intriguing part of the contest when you see the difference in these 2-8s going down.
Just shows it's not all about weight and strength, the technical ability of the Japanese guys coming through. And you will see another good scrum from Japan.
Ball is with Argentina though, as Elias gets his first hands on the ball. Barra Sosa tiptoeing down this near side line, has to give possession away. Suda sets it back for his team. Fujita. Older brother Ishikazu played against American opposition during the World Cup. That time it was North American. Played up against the USA Eagles. Also played in the sevens as well. So Fujita, a name in Japanese rugby that's coming to the fore right now. It is the South Americas that are really putting Japan under duress. Working that ball along that line, but not really making any headway towards the posts. Now they look again at that short side. Sorry, Kingsley.
I was just going to say there's big space there, and all this coming from a poor kick from Miakola.
Good work from Dominguez. Really having to work hard to make some headway. And then a front rower gets in the way. Never allow a front rower in as first receiver, eh?
Yeah, he's looking to get involved. He's working hard. But here we see the kick. Really, you fail to exit, you get punished. Argentina so positive as well, launching the counter-attack. Miotti and Japan having to defend near their own line again. It's just the kicking game hasn't been accurate enough.
It has been a feature of this game, the ambition and positivity that both teams are trying to play with. It's a very enjoyable watch, isn't it?
Absolutely. And, you know, obviously sitting up here in the gantry, you can see the width that Argentina get themselves into, the shape that they want to play. Accuracy, it could be better, allowing people to come from more depth and hit the ball with more pace. But the intention from both teams is excellent.
Time on.
Well, I'm sure you've got plenty of thoughts about what you want to say as well. The hashtag, as you can see, is World Rugby Under 20s. You can follow at World Rugby on Twitter or indeed on Instagram. Have your say in the conversation. It's a very interesting chatter going on. And of course, make sure you pick up all the highlights, all the news that's going on. That's on all the W's, worldrugby.org/under20.
Good. Time on now.
Oh, they made their name in the Rugby World Cup, so popular around the country, all the followers of Argentinian rugby. I don't think they got this far north. I think Leicester was about as far north as they got. That's in the Midlands. This is in the northwest. But they are loving what they're seeing right now.
Set.
Nakajima with the feed. Out it goes with the clearance kick. Putting Barasosa under some pressure, and he did really well to recover that.
Excellent take from Barasosa.
Half an hour to go in this game, and 9 points now. Something of a security blanket, but they need to make more of it. Could it be here? Dominguez. A little space now for the left winger to operate in. Nagatomi looks like he's burgled that ball. The referee has okayed it, and the outside centre from Japan has given his team a chance to catch their breath. But, well, they don't want it.
Excellent work from Nagatomi to get the ball back, but again, a loose kick and under pressure.
There's the big loose head, Ruben Rico. See the runners coming off at all angles, and that's really challenging this red and white line. Elias puts a delicate dab through, but beats all runners to the corner.
Interesting, Argentina identifying, I think, that Japan are not contesting the breakdowns too heavy. There's a lot of attack and a lot of runners going down back towards the ruck, playing off Bazan at 9. Then, by doing that, they're drawing in the Japanese defenders. They have no option but to come in, and then Argentina cleverly looking to move the ball to the white channels.
We saw that adjustment from Argentina against South Africa, playing a lot more, as you say, off the scrum half, whereas against France it seemed to be one position wider. Interesting to see now into this last half an hour how they utilise those two halfbacks and the way that they're working the ball.
Absolutely, you know, if teams are dumping and fanning, as we call it, looking to get width, well, you have to draw them back into that breakdown. That's why we see the pick and go game employed. Runners, nines scooted across field, bringing runners inside them back towards that ruck. The defense has you're attempting to shorten the defensive line, and in essence, if you've got powerful runners back down there, then the defense have no option but to come in and defend a little tighter.
There's Nicolas Fernandez-Lobbe calling the shots, the latest of which is a replacement in that back row with Marcus Kramer coming off. Nicolas Fernandez-Lobbe kind of made his name in sevens and now has worked into the 15s, and you can see the spotlight on the skills that he's able to employ.
Amazing rugby family. I was lucky enough to coach Juan Fernandez-Lobbe and of course Ignacio, Nacho, the big fella. The great guys, rugby in their blood, if you like, and fantastic family.
So changes into the Argentinian pack. Japan trying to manipulate position and possession, really, to get themselves going in this game again. Maracchiola losing his sat-nav there, and the ball's gone loose. And this could be an absolute gift. Oh, unlucky. Bazan unable to take it. Oh, well, there was a dramatic finish there from Stavellet. It's the same corner he scored that dramatic try against France. I think it was a knock-on there.
Well, full credit for Stavellet. He's staying alive. The referee hadn't said there was a knock-on. I think it's come from the touch judge. But you say, I'm really not sure Maracchiola at 10 is working. Some of his accuracy, the pass going to ground there and putting his team under pressure. Some of his kicks have been loose. I'd like to see him attacking the line a little bit more. Just because he's playing at 10 doesn't mean he can't take it on and attack that Argentinian line, create for others.
Well, it is certainly something we saw in the first half from Japan against South Africa when they had Taisetsu Kanai playing at 10, that they were able to utilise Maracchioli off either shoulder, as it turned out, and that's where the 3 tries in 11 minutes happened from. But of course, he's not in that position when he's got to take responsibility as the pivot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, also you can see that Maracchiola's got a big kick, but under pressure, it's a different skill. It's you know, it's very difficult to execute, and during the game, etc., you have seen opportunities where his kicks have just gone a little bit awry under pressure. Argentina positive there. Big scrum from Argentina. Lack of concentration from Japan, because their scrums have been pretty good up to now, and often when that happens, you always see it on their own line. Number 8 thinking about the ball before the scrum, and Argentina totally focused, getting the penalty.
Well, you saw the passion in the national anthem from Argentina at the beginning. The nearest thing probably got to a haka, and you see that passion again now as they set up this drive. Working their way through. Gonzalo Del Pazo wearing 18, desperate to get his mitts on the ball.
Yeah, over the line, held up. We go back for a scrum. Argentina possession. Signs are ominous after that last scrum. I'm sure Japan will focus and concentrate on this. It needs all 8 people in that scrum. Here we see the attempted drive. Fuji goes to the front. Big Molina taking the ball.
9.
There's a little shift, if you like. Shift the point of that maul back in field. And yeah, keeping the ball up off the ground. It's the influential Tatafu keeping it up.
Great shot to highlight the work of the Japanese defence there. But they're still under the cosh. Out it goes, Dominguez in as first receiver. Castiglione making sure the ball's going to come back their side, looking again at that angled run, and again it pays dividends. Just able to open up the defence, and the man who's gone over is Romanini, Mariano Romanini, impact off the bench.
Yeah, Romanini running a lovely inside line off Miotti. We discussed it earlier on. There's a lot of plays now attacking Japan between the 9-10 channel. Good platform to play off. First up, take a target. It's Maracchiola trying to make the tackle. He finally gets to the ground, but there's the nice inside ball from Miotti. Nice play, lovely inside ball from Miotti. Oh, and a powerful finish. Ooh, almost lost possession on the line.
Torso's good, but again, you saw perfectly from that shot, putting the guy in off the blind side really and opening up that defense.
Yeah, it often happens. We discussed it, you know, Japan almost now folding, worried about the wide channels and leaving that area near to the ruck a little bit open, a little bit neglected, and it's Argentina exploiting that.
Kick's good, and the scoreboard now looks good for Argentina. Also, of course, the table will do because they have their first try bonus point of the tournament. Great awareness from Miotti. Good play. Finished off by the replacement back rower.
You're welcome.
Well, again, Japan cannot
Option.
afford to make unforced
From.
errors like that one from Dogo Maeda.
Look, you know, the game is so much about psychology and momentum, and that's the least thing you want. I know the lad, he doesn't try to put that not 10 deliberately, but psychologically for his team, the body language when you do something like that, it has its impact, and you can see by his reaction there. It's important to refocus on what's next now. This is a critical moment in the game for them to stay in the game.
Crutch! Bind! Set!
Argentina, oh, a little handling skills
Forward,
from
Gregor.
Miotti. Almost sleight of hand,
Pass
just
forward.
nice little behind the back pass there.
Well, Miotti really looking like he's enjoying it now, trying a little trick play from the blind side of the scrum. Nice pass from Bazan. It's a wrap, it's an inside wrap run, we'd call that, where you just use an extra pair of hands, and Cruz Malia coming down on back towards that scrum again. Just unfortunately the back row forwards getting in his way. Get out of the way, forwards.
Speaks a former back rower himself. Argentina, of course, heading now for their first semi-final since 2012. Across that Argentinian side have the likes of Pablo Matera, Santiago Cordero, now all moved into the Pumas. Great success, 55 transitions, if you like, have moved from the under-20s into the main team. There's Tatafu, who's already moved into the main Japanese team.
Leave it now, Blue. Contest was good.
Again, Marachiola having to back his own power to get through the tackle, but then takes him out of the play.
Good.
Akiyama setting the ball back
Use
once
it.
again.
Japan just need to punch a little bit
No,
wider
no.
from those rucks. This is a little bit
Back of
tight
form.
playing into the Argentinians' hands.
Well, they go straight through the middle with Tatafu again, gets the offload in. Back to Akiyama. Oh, that's great work from Barasosa, jackling over the ball, pickpocketing Japanese pockets, and the exit is there.
Another loose kick, back defending Argentina.
Yasuda feels the full brunt of Stavale's shoulder. Again, Japan reboot their attack. This time they're nearer halfway.
A good advantage. Offside.
Barasosa offside.
14. I must fit, please. Yep.
Yes. That's the first sustained pressure Japan have really put Argentina under. You know, it's heavily involved was Tatafu there from the initial pick and go from the scrum. Then we saw another pick and go, and it ended in him with a real good carry. Unfortunately, losing the ball to Barasosa, a good turnover, but we saw a loose kick putting Argentina back under pressure. Here we see him again carrying, good body position, Powerful runner,
4
really
and
getting
2.
his team on the front foot and
Quattro,
also getting his hands free for continuity.
Again, if you don't want to compete in the mall, close the tackle. Do not walk away.
More changes for Argentina in the second row and front row now. As you can see, big moment for Noel Milan, making his first appearance of this tournament.
Molle!
Oh, Japan on the ascendancy here.
Driving for the line, and they're over. Referee has his arm in the air, and Japan are celebrating. Let's see. I think it might be Tatafu again, you know.
Yeah, he's central of everything good about Japan. Tatafu crashing over. Good trick line-up play from Japan. A little bit of movement, make it difficult for Argentina to contest. And events, here we see it. A couple of decoys. Good structure, patient with this setup, and then we see the shift towards the post, sliding away from the Argentinian resistance, and it's Tatafu crossing for the try. Really good build-up work, and he's over the line.
Well, that is the sort of response that Japan needed to get in this game. And this conversion could also be very important. Looks like Tatafu's work is done. I think he's been substituted as Wakiola does manage to find, the target. So 9 points we're back to. So yeah, Tatafu has been substituted now, and that is going to have big impact on the way that Japan work.
Yeah, he's the guy that's been giving them front foot, along with Makiola. Of course, in the back three there, Barra-Sosa has been pretty impressive as well. Not through his bulk and size, but through his footwork and ability to beat defenders.
Presuming that must be an injury to Tatafu, so integral is he to the way that they play. Argentina looking to react to that third Japanese try. Castiglione working as the conduit. Now Bazan is back in position. Pass over the top from Miotti, but Japan working very diligently around the breakdown. Oh yes, Castiglione gets out of the tackle, almost out of the second tackle, just pulled down by Shin. Works behind the ball, and that's Malia, the captain, who strolls over to reassert Argentina's control of this game.
There we see the two lines of attack, and it's the captain Malia out the back. Good option again. It's the pass from Miotti that makes it. He has a choice of either runner, and here we see good build-up play, good carry yards, ball away from the tackle off the floor. And again, it's a lovely little decision on the ball from Miotti that frees up his captain. Still a bit of work to do. Here we see it. Bazan with a pass. Look at the pick pass. Excellent work. Misses out Romanini inside and gives it behind for the try.
Before,
here we see Romanini as the decoy runner. Defender makes a bad decision and steps in. Still not an easy finish. Good movement, good footwork for the captain to go over.
The skipper opens his account. I'm not sure what the baby symbol is for, but he's a happy man nonetheless.
Might be a bottle of beer he's symbolising, isn't he? Not sure.
I have to say that 10 of these guys are 18 years of age, so they'll be coming back. But 9 of them have returned from last year with the experience and know what to do and when to do it, and this is the execution now that Nicolas Fernandez-Lobe is looking for from his team. Looks like Japan have had to replace Tatsunari Fujita off for a head injury assessment. Brings Naoaki Oribe into the play.
What a great relieving kick. Just what you need. You're under pressure and you put the ball 60, 70 metres upfield.
Just under a quarter of an hour left of this game, and maybe Argentina have got the match in their control, but for Japan, as I mentioned, it's been a barren tournament so far in terms of match points. 3 tries in the basket already, as it was against South Africa. Critical now that they come away with something from this last quarter of an hour and from this match.
Absolutely. Another error at that line-out, though, is not going to help.
Oh, the Argentinian forwards voracious now. That's Milan setting the ball back. See that red and white line working its way across to try and
Just a tackle.
suffocate the Argentinian attack, but it's going again. Stavile turned the wrong way, but managing to present the ball. Just didn't quite work out for Bazan there.
Yeah, Japan will be disappointed losing this set piece. I mean, what's been impressive as well in the second half from Argentina is the way the replacements have come on and really brought something. Elias carrying. Here we'd see the failed set piece. A little pressure from Argentina, but it's more down to an unforced error. Excellent work from the Argentinian replacements. You know, Romagnini, Milan, Elias, all playing big parts in that build-up again.
Impact off the bench, of course, what any coach wants, and we've seen it on more than one occasion through this tournament. And you can see it also in that scrum engagement. Now the referee has pointed the finger at them.
You need to push forward, not immediately willing.
I'd have to say I wouldn't agree with that one. Argentina obviously had the ascendancy there. The fact the scrum goes round is probably due to a weakness on the right-hand side of the Japanese scrum.
Marchiola sends his team back up towards halfway. Score of the first try, of course, after just 3 minutes of this contest.
For Japan, though, as you're saying, it's important they finish strong. You know, they seem to have just lost a little bit of confidence in the last 10, 15 minutes, and you know, it's all about learning and enjoying every minute of it, and just keep going now for the last 10 minutes and see what they can get from it.
1 and 3. 1 and 3.
More changes into that Japanese front row. Line out works well. And the kick from Naoto Saito on this occasion. Jose Barros Sosa cannot take cleanly. And the red and whites pouring through onto that possession. Maeda tries to make that incursion through the Argentinian defence. There's Marchiola coming out one wider this time. Maybe able to make a little more penetration. Saito. Good swamping defence from Argentina. Take from Akiyama.
Away, blue!
Not rolling away is the call from the referee. Ignacio Callas, the man.
I have to say, Maeda, Marchiola carrying well. You see the infringement. Once you land that side of the breakdown, you're always going to be in trouble. You can say that he's stuck there, but you know what? If you tackle that side and you end up there, you're going to have to move quickly. Oh, it's another poor kick from Marchiola.
Dominguez picks up unexpected possession and makes some headway up to halfway. Through 3 tackles, looking for the offload. Oh, just stepping out. Wow. He hasn't scored a try, but he's made quite some impression through the course of this game.
We saw a
11.
number of ways to beat a defender there from Dominguez. First of all, footwork, then the fend, another fend, again running at the defender and running away from him.
Right.
Really
So
well
force coming on.
balanced, and this time using strength. Unfortunately, the
19.
tackle from Yasuda
It's
was
a
way too
replacement.
strong for him to beat, but what a run.
Yes, Julian
Yeah,
Dominguez
thanks a lot.
really showing a lot of threat and a lot of pace and a lot of determination out on that left flank. And I think Fujita is coming back from that head injury assessment. They're just working out the setup for this line out for Kiichi Kaneko.
Thanks, Andy.
8 minutes left on the clock before we find out the first semi-finalist, or is confirmed the first semi-finalist. Good work
Advantage,
from
14 off
Elias.
hit.
I think is it Takano? No, it's Morakiola who's come off his feet. Advantage being played to Argentina.
Still
Milan
advantage.
sets it back. They're pulling it further and further back to the ball players running in from behind. This time it's Santiago Mare, the replacement for Domingo Miotti. Malia sidling through another gap up to the 22 again. Here's Del Pazo. Kretz and Romanini combining again.
Advantage. Another 6 red.
Good
Side.
defiant defense from Japan, working so hard.
6.
Going to go back though. So Inoue.
Yeah, you have to, exactly what we talked about. Argentina, very, very well structured in their attacking game. Firstly, hitting around the rucks, bringing runners back inside, and then straight away with the intention is to shorten that defense and play them wide.
Well, they may be
Okay,
16
Andy.
points in front,
Gotcha.
but Cruz Malia opting for the points from the tee, and with Martin Elias, who knocked over 3 from 4 in the 26 minutes he had against France, to take that Man of the Match award in the last outing. Job done.
Four.
So the points
It's coming.
keep being racked up by Argentina now. Certainly able to press their foot on the accelerator. And there's very little that Japan seemingly can do about it. Elias takes the return. Well, about time that we decided who the World Rugby Under-20 Man of the Match is going to be. Kingsley, your choice?
Oh, look, you know, for Japan, Tatafu's been excellent, but it has to be an Argentinian player for me. Miotti at 10 has been good as well, but my Under-20 Championship Man of the Match is Barasosa. Some of he's finished 2 tries, and some of his all-round play has been exceptional.
2 tries in the middle of that first half really put Argentina back into the game, having been slapped in the face by Japan inside the first 10 minutes with those 2 tries.
Leaving now,
Put
blue.
them up 10-0. But yeah, that brace from Barasusa got Argentina into a lead, which they've really given up. Certainly not in this second half. Second half really has been an issue for Japan against South Africa. They conceded 45 points after the break, and France 29. So far, it's 24 that Argentina have managed. There he is, the Argentinian right wing, who takes the plaudits for this one, and deservedly so.
Obviously, he's finished well, you know, but it's just some of his, he's been taking restarts and bringing the ball forward for his team. Excellent game.
Pretz having to go on his own a little. Try scorer Romanini sets it back once again. And this Argentinian line now trying to get through the gears a little quicker. There's a man who hasn't stopped. Julian Dominguez really works so hard on and off the ball.
No, don't touch him.
Bazan making the most of this opportunity with the injury to Baronio. Del Pazzo, the replacement prop, setting the target now as Elias tries to maneuver his way over halfway line.
Bazan keeping his team going forward, always a threat at 9.
Thank you, Paul.
Roman Pretz, the replacement hooker, bundles his way another couple of meters. The pass not really helping the Argentinian backline, but the skipper reboots and accelerates. Malia. Again, Japan coming through at the breakdown. There's a flag up from Greg Garner, the assistant referee on the far side.
I got a flag against
Let's just have a listen as to what this discussion is going to be.
Number 11, all right, picked a player up off his feet. Okay, to book him out the game.
Perfect. Have you seen the position in which the red player landed?
He landed on his back. So penalty.
Penalty only?
Penalty only. Number 11.
Number 11.
Dominguez, the man.
Dangerous clean out in Iraq. Just a penalty over there.
Got Greg Garner, clear explanation of what was the offence. Let's see, it'd be nice if Japan could finish here with an attacking set piece and really finish well.
As I say, still the bonus point that's eluded them, but again, their kicking game just hasn't been accurate enough when they've had opportunity, and it's just allowing Argentina to come back at them.
Advantage.
And come back at them with some style as well, Mane.
It's penalty.
Oh, good call. That man Bautista Stavile just does not stop. He is a real all-action flanker, isn't he?
Non-stop work from him at 7.
Still advantage for Fenichura, dangerous tackle.
Into the final minute of this match, and still Argentina looking for more.
Back
Over here. They go for the last play.
Yeah, all that's come from tall kicking again from Japan. It's been a real factor in the performance today, why the scoreboard is showing that 39 points to 20. Penalties to kick the touch, to relieve pressure, etc. Under pressure, getting good turnovers from hard work, and then giving the ball back easily back to Argentina to launch another counter-attack. And it really has put them under pressure, and you know, we see it ending the year with an Argentinian penalty.
Well, there goes the full-time whistle. It's been a very efficient performance in the end by Argentina, having recovered from that big slap in the face from their opponents inside the first 6-7 minutes. 2 tries from Machiolo and Tatafu setting Japan on their way, but Argentina coming back in style with a handful of tries from their own camp, And really, they've remained unbeaten. Kingsley may have been dark horses coming into this tournament, but they've shown their credentials once again.
Oh, absolutely. He got off to a poor start today. He went down, but again, they showed their confidence. They came back and finished very strongly. What's been really impressive about Argentina today is the strength of the bench, which bodes well for the rest of this tournament, having to use the squad, obviously.
Well, let's get down to pitch side and hear from the Argentinian camp. Our man Rupert Cox is talking to the skipper, Juan Cruz Malia.
Juan Cruz, congratulations. You are into the semi-finals.
Well, thank you very much. We know that it was a difficult match, but we go down, we go up, sorry, and we could have the match and go to the semi-final. It's a dream, this. It's a dream.
When you started this competition, you had South Africa in your pool, France in your pool, and Japan. In your dreams, could you have thought you were going to win 3 games and go through as a top seed?
Well, we have the objectives very clean. We said that we have to go step by step, match by match, and well, we could do it. Well, but as I say, it's a dream.
And you had to come from behind in this game. You conceded 2 early tries. What does it show about your team that you were able to respond to that?
Yes, we know that it will be a very difficult match. But well, we could win, and now we have to go to the semi-finals and well, go to the cup.
Yeah, now you're one of the favourites to win the whole thing. Can Argentina under 20s become world champions?
No, we are not favourites. We still going step by step, match by match. Now we have to play the semi-finals, so well, we will see.
Well played today, and best of luck in the last 4.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So a contented Argentinian skipper. They have done their job. Japan take their bow for all their efforts, but they are going to be in the 9th, 12th part of the fixtures on Monday. For Argentina, they can look forward to their first semi-final in 4 years because of that table. 3 from 3, everything that they could have dreamed of coming into Pool C. That courtesy of that 39-20 win. Now they can plan for Monday. Who their opponents are going to be, we shall wait to find out. But right now, it's a very happy Pumitas camp, victorious once again.